we will study one by one the reproduction of different viruses. In the last lecture, we had studied the general properties, isolation, cultivation of viruses, and today we will start the next part, that is a reproduction of viruses. But before that, today we will study the structure of bacteriophage. In the last lecture, we had studied some properties of viruses, and in that lecture, I had told you we will study the structure of T4 bacteriophage when we study the reproduction of its. So today we will study the morphology of bacteriophage. Now, before that we should know what is the literal meaning of bacteriophage. Bacteriophage means bacteria eaters, and that's why they are called as a bacteriophage. Now, these bacteriophage, again, why it is called as a bacteriophage, we should know that. Now today we will study one of the example of bacteriophage, that is a T4 bacteriophage. Now what is T4 bacteriophage? This T4 bacteriophage is a member of T series of phages. T series of phages means the bacteriophage having the Escherichia coli is their host, and depending upon their morphology, depending upon their genetic material, they are included in a one group, and that group is called as a T series, in which the T1 to T7 bacteriophages are present. Means T1, T2, T3, T4 and so on, T7 bacteriophages are present. Now later on, these bacteriophages, they are typed into two different types, T odd bacteriophage and T even bacteriophage. So in a T odd bacteriophage contains T1, T3, T5 and T7, while in T even bacteriophage contains T2, T4 and T6 bacteriophage. Means 3 members are present in a even bacteriophage and 4 members are present in a odd bacteriophage. Now, is there is a difference between the T odd bacteriophage as well as T even bacteriophage? Yes, there is difference is present in their morphological structure, difference is present in the genetic material. So, that type of differences are present. Now today we will study T4 bacteriophage. So how you will define what is T4 bacteriophage? It is nothing but the member of T series of phages. It is included in T even bacteriophage, that is T4 bacteriophage. Now afterwards, side by side, we will study what is the difference between the T odd and T even bacteriophage. So you have to note down that differences. Now T4 bacteriophage, it looks like a tadpole like a structure. Now why it is called as a tadpole like a structure? Because the head of this bacteriophage is larger than the rest of the body, and that's why it looks like a tadpole. So it is a tadpole like a bacteriophage. Now, we will study in the structure of T4 bacteriophage, what are the main parts are present. Now, first main part, that is a head is present. Second one, main part, that is a tail is present. And third one, important part, that is a base plate. So, what is the structural parts present in the T bacteriophage? Head portion, tail portion and the tail fibers are present. So these are the 3 major parts present in the T bacteriophage. Now here the head is present. What is the dimension of the head? The length of the head is a 95 nanometer is the length, while 65 nanometer is the width of the head or the diameter of the head. So such type of hexagonal head is present, in which the double-stranded DNA molecule is tightly accommodated. It is accommodated very tightly in a coiled manner. So double-stranded DNA molecule is present. Okay. So what is the structure of head? 95 nanometer is the length and 65 nanometer is the width, and such type of hexagonal head is present. Hexagonal head, or it is also called as an icosahedral head, or it is also called as an polyhedral head. So such type of head is made from 2000 identical capsomer. 2000 identical capsomer is used to construct that icosahedral head. Okay, now, so you know that as compared to rest of the body, the head is a very larger in size, and just below the head or at the base of the head, here a proteinaceous plate is present, that is called as an collar. Okay, so just like a neck region, it is present, so it is called as a collar. It is a proteinaceous plate. Now, what is the significance of this proteinaceous plate? Because the whole structure of the head is raised on the tail fiber. So to give the strength, to give the stability of that hexagonal head, here the proteinaceous plate is present, that is called as a collar. Okay, so just below the head, the collar is present. Now, here the head region is constricted and it runs in this direction, which have a very small or a narrow hollow tube is present, and around, means just like this, it is a hollow tube is present, and around this tube here the ring like structure is present. You can count the 24 rings are present around the tail tube. This is called as a tail tube, and around the tail tube here the ring like structure is present, and that type of structure of tail is called as an sheeted tail. SHEATH, sheeted tail is present. Now what is the purpose of that sheeted tail? It is nothing but a flexible protein. We can compress that protein and we can relax that protein, and that type of structure plays very important role during the adsorption and penetration of genetic material during the reproduction of T4 bacteriophage. So that is a sheeted tail. This is also called as a flexible protein. Now here, okay, so flexible proteins are present. Now how much that ring like structure is present? Just now I have told you 24 rings are present, and each ring is made from 6 identical protomers, identical protein units. So each ring is made from 6 units. So how many protein units are present in a sheeted tail? 144 proteins are present. So with the help of 144, the sheeted tail is present. Okay. Now we will study the dimension of this tail. Now these tail, what is the length of the tail? The length of the tail is 180 nanometer is the length. And what is the diameter? The diameter is an 18 nanometer. Means just here I have draw one figure. This is a tail. Okay. So what is the length? Length is 180 nanometer is the length. And what is the diameter? The diameter of outer core is 18 nanometer, while the diameter of inner tail tube, hollow tail tube, 2.5 nanometer is the diameter. Can you understand? So this is the length of the tail. This is the diameter of the tail. When we count the diameter, we have to count the entire area. So that is entire area. Sheeted proteins are present. So 18 nanometer is diameter, and inner core, that is a hollow tube, is present. What is the diameter? 2.5 nanometer is the diameter. And that's why, due to this hollow region, the genetic material which can travel through the tail tube and it is inserted into the host cell. Okay, so this is about the sheeted tail. Now, just at the base of that tail, sheeted tail, here one plate-like structure is present. Now, what is that plate-like structure? Here, the hexagonal plate is present. Just like this, hexagonal plate is present. On a hexagonal plate, here the entire structure is raised. Okay. Now, in the hexagonal plate, At each corner you will observe that here a pin like structure is present, that is called as a base pin. Okay, so what is that pin? At each corner of hexagonal head, here a pin like structure is protruded or arises. Okay, so this is called as a base pins. This is called as a base plate. That base plate is present at the end of the sheeted tube. So this is the entire structure of the tail. How many pins are present? 6 pins are present. And what is the function of that base pin? When the viruses, they attached on the surface of the host cell, here first time the pins goes and attaches or fix to the cell wall of the host cell. And for the fixation, means for adsorption process, these pins plays very important role. So this is the significance of pins. Now, one important part or major part is remain, that is a tail fiber or tails are present. So the tail fibers are present. So these tail fiber, they are protruded from the base plate. Means again from each corner these tail fibers, they are arises. Okay, from each corner these tail fibers, they are arises. So that is called as a tail fiber. These are very larger in size. What is their dimension? The length of the tail fiber is 130 nanometer. And what is the width of these tail fiber? 2 nanometer. So width or diameter is a very small, but length is a very large length. So when that viruses, they are present in the resting form, so all tail fibers, they goes and attaches to this midpoint. Okay, they goes and attaches to this midpoint. This is called as an whisker. What is a whisker? Whisker is present just below the collar and just above the sheeted tail. So here one central point, midpoint is present. At this point, when the viruses, they are present in a resting form, all tail fiber goes and attaches to this midpoint. So this is called as a whisker. You can imagine our umbrella. When it is present in a folding form, all the ribs, they are goes and attaches to the central point. Okay, so this is the best example how the tail fibers goes and attaches. When the umbrella becomes unfold, now all tail fibers, means all ribs, they are now free and they are present in a one specific dimension. Like this here, the all tail fibers goes and attaches to this midpoint, that is called as a whisker. So again, in the structure, major part, that is head is present, tail is present and tail fibers are present. Now just below the head, collar plate is present. Just below the collar plate, here I have darkened this place, that is called as a whisker. Tail tube is present. Tail tube is covered with a sheeted protein, that is called as a flexible tube. I will explain what is the mechanism, how it plays important role during the adsorption and penetration of genetic material in a reproduction. But just now you have to keep in mind, this is a sheeted tail made from 144 proteins, which is accommodated in a 24 rings. Each ring is made from a 6 identical proteins or the 6 identical units. So sheeted tail is present at the base of the tail. Here a base plate is present. Again it is a hexagonal base plate, and each corner of the base plate, here the tail fibers, they are protruded. Now from each corner the pin like structure is present. They are present like this. Now what is the dimension of the sheeted tail? 180 is the length and 18 nanometer is the diameter of outer core and 2.5 nanometer is the diameter of inner core. So such type of dimensions are present. Tail fibers, these are very larger tail fiber having the length 130 nanometer is the length and 2 nanometer is the width of this tail fiber. Okay, so base plate is present, pins are present. So this is the structure of T4 bacteriophage. This is a very good structure, very interesting structure of viruses. Now what is the difference between the T even and T odd phage. Now this is the example of T even bacteriophage. Now in the T odd bacteriophage, they also possess the hexagonal head. Okay, this is the similarity. T odd phages, they possess the hexagonal head. But T odd phages, they never possess the sheeted tail. They possess the tail just like one tube is present, hexagonal head is present, and this head contains such type of a hollow tube is present. So this is the structure of T odd phages. They never possess the base plate, hexagonal plate. They never possess the base spines, and they never possess the tail fibers also. Okay, so this is the difference between T odd and T even phages. Now, this is the difference only for a morphological character. Now, what is the genetic material? Now, this T4 bacteriophage, it possesses the double-stranded DNA molecule. These also possess T odd phages, they also possess the double-stranded DNA molecule. Okay, now, in a T even phages, they possess at a 5' end a one specific or unique base, that is hydroxy methyl cytosine is present at a 5' end. Okay, now such type of unique base or unique nucleotide is not present in a odd bacteriophage, genetic material of odd bacteriophage, but it is only present in an even bacteriophage. This is again very important thing. One similarity in between both these bacteriophages, they possess the redundant genetic material or DNA material. Now what do you mean by redundant? What do you mean by redundant or redundancy? Means you know that, for example, this is a genetic material and this genetic material contains the nucleotide like ATGC, ATGC, ATGC or CC, whatever may be. Now, when that genetic material, they enter into the hexagonal head, here once the head becomes a full, then immediately cut off that genetic material. So there is no specific sequence is present at a terminal end. For example, if that genetic material is inserted into the head, here once the head becomes a full, they will cut off here. Genetic material cut off here. So what is the sequence? Sequence is CAT, GCAT, CGCC. Okay, that type of property is called as a redundancy. They do not have a specific sequence like ATGC. No, there is no such type of sequence. Okay, and that type of property is called as a redundancy. So both the bacteriophages, they possess such type of redundancy, but T odd bacteriophages, they never possess such type of unique base sequence or unique nucleotide, that is 5-hydroxymethyl cytosine. So the bacteriophage or T series of bacteriophage, these are also called as an polyphage. Now what do you mean by polyphage? Means the phage which are specific for Escherichia coli, and that's why it is called as a polyphage. What is the literal meaning of bacteriophage? Eaters of bacteriophage, because when they infect to the host cell will not survive. Only the multiplication of viruses are occur, and that's why it is called as a eaters of bacteriophage. So this is the structure of T4 bacteriophage. Now, along with this here, you have to study the reproduction of bacteriophage. So, when we study the reproduction of any viruses, the viruses shows a basic steps. Now, which are these steps? A first one, that is called as an adsorption. That is called as adsorption. Second stage, that is called as an penetration. third step that is called as a synthesis of these viral particle, that is called as a biosynthesis phase. Adsorption, penetration of genetic material, and then viruses start to synthesize their own structural part as well as synthesize their own genetic material, and that phase is called as a biosynthesis phase. Now fourth phase, now whatever the parts are synthesized inside the host cell, later on they get assembled to each other, that is called as an maturation, or it is also called as an assembly. Maturation, or it is called as a assembly. And last one, once the viruses they get assembled to form an intact viral structure, they rupture the host cell and they come out or releases from the host cell, that is called as a release of bacteriophage from the host cell. So when you study any reproduction of any type of viruses, you have to go through these steps. These are a basic step: adsorption, penetration, biosynthetic phase, maturation, and release of viral particle. Okay, in the next lecture, we will study the reproduction of T4 bacteriophage, how the adsorption is occur, how the penetration is occur, which parts are responsible for their adsorption, and how biosynthetic phase is occur, how the viruses get mature and they releases from the host cell. So we have to study all these phases under the reproduction of T4 bacteriophage. So today we have studied only the structure of T4 bacteriophage. In the next lecture we will study its reproduction. So we will stop here.